Okay, so this is going to be my last video for a while. It is for Unit 5 of the LXL BTEC in Information and Creative Technology. And I have done a number of videos over the last little while on how to use Audacity and some of the tools and techniques and whatnot that are sort of tucked away inside of it. I haven't covered everything, and I do encourage you to experiment a little bit, but this is effectively the very, very last thing you will need to do once you have done all your editing and you're happy with your work. And that is exporting it as one single track as opposed to, in this instance, 3. Now, for the purposes of this, I have just got 3 random tracks that I've imported, and you'll notice they look a little bit different, or at least these bottom 2 look a little bit different to the other videos, and I'll show you exactly why that is in a second. So that we can see it all, what I've done is I have made all the tracks a bit smaller. I've done that by clicking this button. Doesn't really do anything. All it does is make the track smaller so we can get multiple things on one page and we can see what's going on. Okay, now to start with, I suggest that you click off of everything so you've got nothing highlighted like that, and then you highlight the longest track actually. It's the best place to start, like that. Hold down Control, I think, and click, hold down Shift and click the other tracks. You get them all included. It's important you click the longest one first, because what's going to happen is the selected area is what's going to be exported as a single track. Okay, so it's worth pointing out that if you actually get the opportunity to hear what I've just done, it is terrible. There's no editing there at all. It is just 3 pieces of audio which I've got in there for demonstration purposes. If it were yours, you might find you've got a little bit up here, a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, so on and so forth. And we obviously want to get that into one neat, coherent track which you can ultimately put onto a CD or something like that and play on a CD player. So, back to business. Once we've highlighted all of these and we've made sure that the highlighted section runs all the way to the end up here, we're going to go File, and we're going to go Export Audio, and we'll get something like this. Now you need to choose where you're going to save it. You need to make sure you know where you're saving it, and obviously give it a name. I'm just going to stick with 03 Ride because that's the name of one of the tracks, and it's just for demonstration, but we can just change that to anything if you want. In fact, I tell you what, we'll just call it Demo, so we know what we're doing. At this point, you can choose what file type you're going to save it to. I suggest that probably WAV Microsoft Sign 16-bit PCM is a safe bet. Otherwise, you might choose MP3, possibly WMA or FLAC. Some of these are lossy, some of those are lossless. One that we know is going to play everywhere is this one here. So I suggest you stick with WAV 16-bit, not the 32-bit version. Okay, click on that one, and we know where we're saving it. We click Save, and you're going to get this warning, or you might not get this warning, but there's a good chance you will. And it's just telling you that when you click OK, it's going to save all of these tracks. They're going to be mixed down to one individual stereo channel track. Okay, so we'll say OK to that, and you'll get this. Now at this point, you can leave it as it is, or you can make some pretty big changes. You can change each one of these lines to reflect various bits of information. Some areas that you might want to change might be the title or the artist name. However, if you don't change anything, it's not going to make any difference to you whatsoever. At this point, you click OK, and you're going to get a bar like this appears. Depending on how long the track is, it'll take an amount of time. That was obviously pretty quick. And that's it done. Okay, that selected area has been mixed down and saved in the requested location as you would expect it to be. Okay, it is just now one track that you can put into iTunes, you can put into Windows Media Player, you can put onto your MP3 player quite easily, and you should be able to listen back to it without too much difficulty. That is the end of this series of videos. There may be a few more to follow in later weeks, but this will do for now, certainly to get you started. And if you have any questions, by all means, ask me or Mr. Lewis, and hopefully we should be able to help you out with that. That's it. Thank you very much. Goodbye.